Hey y'all, it's Hope, back again with another video. Welcome to the channel. Any support you would show to the channel or the video today would be much appreciated. With that, let's get right into it. Today, we're actually going to be remaking a bit of an older video, kind of trying to improve an older video I made about 2 years ago, kind of when I was first starting the channel, one of my first handful of videos. And I feel like the topic is still pretty relevant today, maybe even more relevant with the time that has passed. I feel like I hear even more people talk about it, and that is, should the original Naruto series get a remake? Naruto Part 1 obviously is probably the part that deserves a remake the most and makes the most sense. It definitely, especially in the first half of the series, shows its age the most. You know, with that, there's delicate lines and stuff, you know. You obviously think, okay, they're gonna end Boruto Part 2, the sequel of Naruto. And where are they going to go from there? There is definitely a few options. There was a few options the last few times. The most obvious option, and the option they went with previously, is to just do a sequel series, a direct sequel series like Boruto and Boruto Part 2 or 2 Blue Vortex, being direct follow-ups to Naruto Part 1 and 2. That one, of course, makes the most sense and is the most likely and all that. They have kind of messed with the idea of character spin-offs, like popular character spin-offs. There's obviously an avenue in a marketplace where they could sell and make a fan and get a fan base for a series based off of other popular Naruto characters if they wanted to kind of go that route. Or they could do, I'm sure there's enough Naruto fans of just the world where they could do an entirely unrelated spin-off with original characters, and I'm sure that is, I'm sure as long as they had good people on it and good writers and all that, that they would, there could be some success there too. So there's definitely a lot of options along with a remake, because you could scrap all of that, scrap the sequel, scrap the idea of spin-offs, and go straight for a remake. You also could continue the series in the form of a sequel or a spin-off and remake it or remaster it. And it doesn't have to be a straight up remake where there's tons of changes and everything. You could do a remaster where it's just a prettier version of the exact same thing, or maybe just a very slightly altered and changed version where it's like nothing that's too crazy or nothing that's gonna like ruin it or anything like that. There's definitely a delicate line there of how much do you change, how much do you want to change? Do you want it to be more like a remaster or a straight up remake where things are very different? And then a whole other question of, do you end the series to remake it? Or is the remaster just going to be a remaster and we're going to continue it as well? I kind of think that out of all the options, my favorite is, if we're going to remaster the original Naruto series, like if we're ever going to do it, 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, we're gonna remaster or remake the original Naruto, I do think we should continue the series. I think there's no reason we shouldn't continue the original canon, especially if they don't plan to manipulate or change the canon too much. Now, it's different if they want to do like a reboot that is going to be its own canon and very different. They could go that angle. I think that is a lot riskier though. It's a lot safer to just make more of just a straight up remaster, try to make a prettier version of the same series, and to continue it. They have so many options there, and as for if we need one, I think it would be great to have. It would be really cool. It would probably sell really well, probably be very profitable for the creators and for the old creators and all that, but at the same time, there is a lot of like worrying about integrity of the original series, and if you want to mess with that, or if it would be safer to just continue the series and let the new creations be what they're gonna be, and let the old ones be what they are. But I definitely think that because of the popularity of the original Naruto series and Naruto Shippuden, and just Naruto as an MC pro tag, that there is a chance that they might want to retread those steps and make that kind of money again one day. So I think it's really just about being delicate with how they do it. And again, if we need one, we don't really need one, is basically what I'm saying. We don't need one. It's not like urgent. It would be a cool thing to have. I don't necessarily think it's worth ending the base Naruto series and base Naruto canon. And I do think more of a remaster would be safer than a remake. But I mean, they could make something really cool with an asterisk by that. They could make a really cool remake and a really cool new canon, and I could be totally wrong. I think obviously the safer options are remaster, keep the franchise going forward as well. The idea of a remake and then trying to flip it all on its head and that be the new canon would be a lot more difficult. Definitely tell me what y'all think. Would y'all want a remake or remaster of the original Naruto Part 1, the original Naruto series? I definitely think it would be neat, and I think it's definitely still relevant, and as more time goes by and it's starting to age even more, it's definitely getting to become more relevant. I'm dying to hear what y'all potentially think about that. Also, of course, whether you think it'll be just another sequel next time, or if maybe you want them to do something different like a remaster or a spin-off. I definitely think the series is popular enough to handle a remake and a continuation, or a remake and a spin-off. I think it's more about them wanting to put the money and the manpower into it, and also they're pretty picky with who they let be Naruto creatives, like on the series, for instance, and going into Boruto. They've been pretty picky with who they let work on it. There's also that. So yeah, definitely let me know if that's something y'all would want to see, or what exactly y'all do want to see from the series going forward. If it's not a remake or a remaster, you know, let me know. Would y'all much rather them just continue with sequels or spin-offs, or maybe you want them to just go in the direction of spin-offs and you want them to stop with the sequels? Maybe you think the sequels are a bad idea. I've heard some opinions like that in the past, and I definitely think there is a, you know, a shakiness to developing sequels for such a popular series, for a series that was so popular previously in its previous parts. It can be hard to try to beat those previous peaks of the previous series. Yeah, definitely let me know what y'all think about all that, and yeah, let me know. Y'all think in the next year or two, maybe by the time I'm ready to talk about this topic again, maybe they'll be ready to announce a remaster or a remake as we go through time a little more here. I just think this is a very interesting topic to toy around with, just because I love the original Naruto series, and because I think it's so special to me. You know, it is very delicate, because, you know, you could really mess up the original Naruto series if you're not careful. And also, you know, again, because Boruto is all we really have ever gotten as a continuation of Naruto, and I love the Naruto world so much, I also feel like there is a, you know, the element of there's so much more they could do with it, and it feels like there's so many stories that could be told that aren't the original Naruto, and maybe even that aren't Boruto or Boruto adjacent. There's so many stories that aren't Naruto or aren't Boruto or aren't the original Naruto series that could be told in this world. It really feels like that. It just on some level it kind of feels like it would be a shame to retread that stuff instead of putting those assets towards making something new and potentially incredible, like a new spin-off or something. Or, you know, for me, I probably have always wanted like a Kakashi or Gaara spin-off, but like I would take a Sasuke spin-off too. I think all of those would be really successful and could do really well, and those are just the examples I'm using. But there's even like new age characters that I think could do pretty well, like Mitsuki, Sarada, Kawaki, as much as I don't want to say it right now. Just kind of wanted to ramble about a little bit about the potential ending of Boruto Part 2 and where the franchise might go, and a lot about if there should be a remake, and when there is, how they should do it. And I think that the overall answer is there definitely could be a remake or remaster, but it's all going to be about how they do it, how much they change. Are we continuing the series, or are we going to be cutting it off to do, or are we going to be cutting it off and ending it to do this remaster or remake? It's a lot of what are we going to do if we're going to do it. So it's definitely doable, it's definitely possible, it definitely could be successful. It just kind of depends how they do it on how successful it's going to be. There definitely is no need for it. You know, we don't need it. It would definitely be like a thing they would do because it would be profitable and because it could be successful. We definitely don't need it. I feel like, again, most fans would rather a spin-off or a continuation. Save the assets, do something else. You know, if they're not open to giving us more series or spin-offs or whatnot, maybe a remake or maybe a remaster or something one day could be a good way for us to get more content overall one day. That's all I really wanted to talk about and ramble about today, y'all, and y'all have a great day.